Welcome to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, a city located just 38 miles southeast of Little Rock, the state capital. Pine Bluff is a seed of Jefferson County that boasts 5 cities, 2 towns, 4 unincorporated communities, 20 townships, and 4 school districts. There are many juveniles that live here, and like so many youngsters throughout the country, sometimes they may get in trouble, minor scrapes with the law. If it's a minor offense before the law, instead of slamming the door on their future, 6th Division Circuit Court Judge Earnest E. Brown Jr. offers them a second chance. It's called teen court.
The teen court diversion program is a very key part of what we do here at the court in giving young offenders a second opportunity. With the teen court program, it allows their fellow teens an opportunity to learn more about the judicial system, civic involvement, and also a first chance not to see me and not to have anything on their record.
Judge Brown and his staff visit local schools, distributing recruitment material, informing them about teen court. All teenagers are volunteers who are then sworn in and given an orientation of what to expect. Those volunteers will then be given an opportunity to participate in playing roles ranging from jurors, defense attorney, prosecutor, and bailiff. But there is a process.
Teens complete their application for teen court. They have the option to put that on their application, and then from there we give them a chance at each session to move around to each position so they can get a feel of what prosecuting attorney does, defense attorney does, bailiff, etc. does.
The cases heard in teen court are for those accused of first-time non-violent offenses, giving the teenage volunteers an opportunity to learn more about the judicial system.
I've actually played all the parts except judge and bailiff, and I've been jury multiple times. I've been a prosecuting attorney one time, and the defense attorney I've also done one time. And the case that I was being the defense attorney, it was at first very nerve-wracking because these are actual cases that were prosecuting and defending, so you can't really take it as a joke. So I really wanted to do it well, and it's really about asking the right questions, and it's about being confident with your case and really knowing the person that you're defending, because if you don't know them, you're not going to know how to counteract what the prosecuting attorney was saying. So I had to do that as I was doing it for the first time.
And while teen court may sound like it's a Hollywood movie set, it's not. And just like juvenile court, where minors' privacy is protected, the same applies to teen court. That is a fact that's stressed during orientation.
That's one thing we tell the volunteers up front, that everything is confidential. It can't be discussed at school, even if they know that kid that's coming in, it can't be discussed with them or any other teachers or anyone that they know.
I know what you all know confidential means. If it gets out and it's traced back to you, somebody's private, personal business, you will be immediately excused from teen court.
There is extensive training for the teenage volunteers. The presiding judge is usually a local licensed attorney. And according to the court's website, here's how it works. Once a young person is apprehended for violating the law, that youngster is brought to the Jack Jones Juvenile Justice Center for booking. An intake officer of the court participates in the booking process. If the offense is not a felony and is non-violent and non-drug related, the intake officer may offer the option of having the case heard by the teen court rather than the traditional circuit court.
They do get a sanction for an offense they committed, but it's not as serious. They're able to move in and out freely through the system faster. They gain experience they can use, they can apply for college. They have a small fee that they pay for the teen court program for the diversion.
Diversion to teen court. When the juvenile in question utilizes this option, he or she must admit guilt. Next, a waiver signed by the juvenile and the parents or guardians, noting they prefer teen court rather than circuit court. And pursuant to the waiver agreement, the case is assigned to teen court, placed on the docket for a hearing that will now be heard in teen court. Remember, with the exception of the presiding judge, all participants are teen court volunteers, and participation is the key.
It's actually fun. Most people say they don't want to volunteer because it's too much time, it's gonna do this, but when you actually get involved, it's a beautiful thing.
Since rulings in teen court are binding, one of its benefits is having your record expunged. However, while in the program, a participant cannot have any further brushes with the law. In other words, no more violations.
They're actually dealing with real life cases. The other thing is, for the actual participants that are coming through teen court as offenders, it's an alternative to probation.
Besides giving youngsters a glimpse of the judicial system, teen court also offers exposure. And that exposure is not only confined to the courtroom.
They go on field trips, they go to the state capitol, they go on other events, speaking engagements, going out to eat, bowling, skating, different things like that. So it gives an overall experience, overall great experience of the different things they can do.
The most rewarding thing for me was definitely learning discipline. It really taught me that if you wanted to, meet the guidelines that were asked of you, you really did have to be consecutive and work at it and study. And so that's one thing that I've learned and I've actually kept with me, from day to day.
Yep. All rise. The Honorable Judge Roberts presiding. Everyone may be seated.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Taylor Johnson. I go to Pamela High. I am a junior. For kids who get in trouble, it lets you know that you're not alone. Many of students get in trouble. Most of them, they just want to know that they think that they're the only one that do this, but no, when you come and see other folks, it lets you know that, oh, I need to change this and help this and do this. So I think that when you come here and know that you're not by yourself, it's good.
While this presentation addresses teen court in Jefferson County, Judge Brown has also established another teen court in Lincoln County.
We'd like to expand both programs in Lincoln and Jefferson County. Right now we have roughly about 17 participants in the Lincoln County teen court. We have about 75 on our roster right now for the Jefferson County, but we're always looking for more volunteers.
And since you have an idea now what it's like to become a teen court volunteer, let's give you a recap. First, Teen Court is a diversionary program designed to give juveniles who are first-time offenders a second chance. Teen Court hears misdemeanor cases only and helps juveniles avoid being tried in the adult or juvenile court system. All of the participants are student volunteers, and participants play the role of bailiff, defense attorney, members of the jury, and prosecutor with help from legal experts. The cases are tried before a local licensed attorney who sits as judge. The respondent and his or her parent or guardian must first agree to have their case tried in teen court. All cases are confidential, and since no one is allowed to discuss the case, a confidentiality agreement must be signed, which details the guidelines for teen court. Teen court convenes twice a month to hear cases. The cases are real. The jury's decisions are binding and may include community or school service or make amends to the victims. The fact is, teen court not only helps you expunge your record, but also helps reduce recidivism.
And we encourage young people to get involved and to volunteer for the program, but we're now in our 8th year. We're one of 3 operating teen court programs in the state. Washington County, Fayetteville, and North Little Rock District Court have the other teen court programs. So we think it's a wonderful program, and we certainly are working hard to make sure it stays around for years to come.